Welcome back to episode 11 of building our ultimate expedition vehicle. In this episode, we install the heater and cut some more holes in the side of our camper. I'm Courtney, and that's my husband Riley. Driven by a desire to learn new skills, we set off to build our ultimate expedition vehicle. With a timeline of 2 months, we are pushing ourselves to create a vehicle that will allow us to ski, mountain bike, and off-road our way through the country. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into when we started this project, but it's turning into so much more than just an RV. So buckle up and follow along, because this is Ambition Strikes.
We cut a lot of parts out on the CNC plasma table, but sometimes it's faster just to cut them by hand. In this case, we are drilling the hole pattern for our heater into this aluminum plate. So I've marked out where the holes need to be, and then we're using our trusty step bits to cut the holes, to drill the holes in the aluminum.
The heater mounts to this plate, which is going to be directly exposed to the outside environment, and I want to break this thermal bridge, but we don't have a lot of room to work with, so I've got this flooring underlayment.
So we left this hole in the floor when we originally framed up the subframe, and the intent has always been to install this heater in that location, which is going to allow us to easily route the air intake, exhaust, and fuel into the camper. So it's exciting to finally seal up the last hole in the floor of the camper. I sprung for the upgraded muffler version of this heater, and Courtney is going to demonstrate.
I was testing it out. I guess I'm fine. Woo!
It works!
We are working on routing the exhaust for the, oh my god. Hi!
We're working on hooking up the fuel pump to our diesel heater, and we've been warned that it's very important to use the line that it comes with because the diameter of the line is what meters the fuel flow.
It's story time with Riley and Courtney. What are you reading us today?
I hopped under to hook up the intake and exhaust and realized I had no idea which one was an intake and which one was the exhaust. So I'm doing something very out of character for me.
He's reading the instructions.
I'm reading the instructions. We're hooking up our diesel heater, and we have a pickup mounted in the tank that we installed when we had before we had the camper on here, and we could easily get to the tank. This piece here is a fuel filter running to the fuel pump, and then out this end we have our fuel line, and that fuel line goes up and over the top of the fuel tank. Bear with me here. And runs here to the inlet of the heater. We have the exhaust here clamped onto the muffler, and we have the air intake here, and it actually runs down inside this underbody box so we know that we're sucking clean dry air and not pulling a bunch of moisture and mud into our heater. We don't want to drill a big hole to fish this connector through our floor, so instead we're unpinning the other side of it so we can just fish this small wire through a small hole. I'm going to go underneath now and install this little grommet in our hole, help seal up this opening.
I think I know why he wants the truck to have bigger tires.
Give me more room to crawl around under here. All right, so now it's time to put these back together. So I took a picture, and since they're both green, I marked one with duct tape.
I'm cleaning up the wire rat's tail nest that Riley made for us.
This is the behind the scenes magic that makes my work look pretty.
But we don't know what our thermostat's set to because for some reason it's on frequency when I hit the button. Oh wait, now we have 5 heat bars. Now we're cooking with diesel.
We are cooking with diesel in here. We tried to read the instructions on this one, but it was obviously a lot easier to watch a couple of YouTube videos. Now we're trying to change it into units that we understand.
We're at 26 degrees Celsius. What's 26 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit?
She already wants to buy new parts for the heater to make it smart. We've grown quite accustomed to yelling at Google to turn our heat on. Well, we just finished up our diesel heater and battery install, and Courtney and I need a wife to cook for us.
We worked really late last night, but we have a heater and the lights are on. It's starting to feel like a camper.
If you can't tell, Courtney really likes the heater.
We are headed up about 45 minutes north of here to see Riley's parents for Christmas, but we're gonna take some stuff to work on the camper while we're there. And totally unintentional, but by design, but we just realized that all of our tools are going to fit in the bike box we made. We are fortunate enough to live right by a scrapyard, which means there is a scale that we can go use. So we're gonna get the truck weighed right now. We haven't weighed it since we had only the empty box. I think we're both really hoping that we're under 9,500 pounds.
I'd be stoked with less than 9,500.
Because our GVWR is 11.7.
Yep.
11.7, so that would give us a lot of wiggle room still. We'll see. Okay, we just got our number, 9,580. So it weighs 9,580 pounds right now, full of tools.
So 7,200 of that was the truck, the empty truck weight. So our camper is sitting at around 2,300 pounds right now. That's pretty
awesome.
Darn good.
We just opened Christmas presents, and Riley is very excited about the gift that he was given for our trip.
My brother's in the Marine Corps, and he gave me a fighting knife.
Riley has himself a fighting knife. I'm
This
kind of
is
terrified.
an official U.S. Marine Corps K-bar knife.
And I got these awesome socks that say Happy Camper. And then we have one more present that Santa brought.
So Santa brought us something.
And it's a countertop for our kitchen. So this is from IKEA. It's their laminate countertop in the concrete effect look. It's gonna be super easy to put in, super durable, and I'm very excited to go install it.
So now that we got our kitchen counter in, we have a much better idea of where the kitchen window is going to go. It needs to end up below the upper kitchen cabinets and not end up covered by our entrance door when the entrance door is folded all the way open. You need a better circle template, and my dad's woodworking shop has no shortage of round containers. Speaking of Christmas, this is the first power tool I ever got on Christmas when I was, I think, 9 years old. All right, moment of truth. Does it fit? Excellent.
So now I have this trim ring and it goes on from the inside with screws, and that's what clamps the window and holds it in place.
It's the last window hole we're cutting out, and it's for the large window above our dinette. Thank you everyone for following along. I look forward to making more videos with you.
As long as we don't electrocute ourselves.
If you're enjoying our videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along as we build our ultimate expedition vehicle.